fuck up. It's time to talk business. Jared Taylor, Matt Best, and Evan Hafer proudly present Blackhearted. Sponsored by BlackRifle Coffee Company and Arson Wave.
Oh,
that just gets me fired up every single time.
It is. It's fucking awesome, man.
Very, very motivating.
I'm pretty excited. I feel like I just got naked and ran off a stage and got arrested after doing 3 cases of ecstasy.
Wow.
That's cases. Do they sell it in cases?
I still lived. That was the vision, that I still lived.
I did a full case of ecstasy. How much is that?
I could say like, hey, I did like a boatload of peyote, and I'd feel comfortable with that. But I don't know how many things are in a case.
How many
it might be 100.
But how many cases are on a boatload? Because a boat holds a lot of cases.
Yeah,
then you're looking about
a
vessel
boatload
size.
is just like a general unit of measure. Like it could be this much, it could be this much, it could be this much.
Boats vary in size. Yeah. You could say, I took a shipping vessel worth of
ecstasy.
Welcome back, Tank.
Yeah,
Tank Machine.
Hey, we're celebrating March right now. It's March.
Oh, yeah.
We're celebrating March.
Yeah.
We have shows done all the way out to March 7th. So this is March 9th.
Oh. Yeah.
This is fucking epic, man.
I might be dead by now when this podcast
we're
comes
in the
out.
Future.
You know, R.I.P. Matt. R.I.P.
Rest in peace, Matt.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
I hope not. Jesus.
I hope not too.
I love those videos. They're funny.
Fuck off. He's such a dick.
Oh.
So what are we talking about today? I think disruptive intent, right?
Yeah, so let's talk about disruptive intent. Let's talk about kind of what we're building. You know, I think it's super important for everybody to understand that it's not just BlackRifle coffee, right? And Tank and I launched down the rabbit hole quite a ways yesterday.
For about an hour,
Yeah, about an hour. So, you know, what we've been able to do with BlackRifle Coffee, I think, you know, people understanding the context of this, which was when we first kind of stepped into the space of coffee, it was 2013 with Freedom Roast.
Freedom Roast.
And you still have the bag.
I found it moving nice.
Yeah. Oh, we've got all the OG
original
Samps.
Yeah.
OGs. Prior to that, I had a Salmon River coffee roaster, and I was just sending out like brown bags. You know, I was putting stamps on them for several years, and it was just it was a hobby. It was a passion about, you know, it was coffee, man. Like I was roasting 1 pound at a time, and I linked in with these guys. Everybody they probably listened to the history of BlackRifle coffee, but the big thing that we've been able to do is attract really high quality people. When I say that, it's like most of the people here are from the veteran space. So they're veterans, and they're guys that are transitioning into like making content or into entrepreneurship, or they're looking for a job with people that treat them with dignity and respect, you know. And I like to talk about BlackRifle coffee, and I don't think people really understand the passion that goes into this company on a daily basis, and kind of what we bring to the table as a company. And disruptive intent was literally my chief operating officer, or our chief operating officer, Rob Rudd, was he was dump trucked in his last fucking role. You know, he was fucked over, and he was fucking dump trucked by the guys that he used to work for.
Brutally.
And I told Rob, a guy that I'd been building a relationship with, I was like, dude, I didn't know any of this stuff before, nor do I care, other than you're a fucking good dude, and hardworking, ethical men need opportunity. We've been able to create a business that allows people to step into a role for the business, but ultimately they can go down and fulfill their own dream over here. Disruptive intent is Rob Rudd's dream that we're trying to facilitate. Obviously, you know, in business, there still has to be a profit, because you have to hire people, you have to pay them, and you really have to kind of structure the mission and overall goal. And BlackRifle Coffee, Article 15 Clothing, Matt Best, Jared Taylor, myself, and now, you know, the guys that come in like Tank Machine, and when I say Tank Machine, I mean he's sitting right in front of us. But the other people that we work with,
hey everybody,
we live by a code, which is we don't fuck people over. I refuse to say negative things about other coffee companies or any other coffee company. that lives by that same code. You know, we've helped at least 4 companies within the veteran coffee space get their start. We're launching or help launching our competitors. Because at the end of the day, we're brothers and we really have to inspire ethical entrepreneurship. So when we look at what disruptive intent is a fulfillment mechanism. So on one end, you can get a square deal on getting your packages delivered. Okay, that's great because we've been able to provide a service not only to ourselves, but now we're doing fulfillment for Ranger Up, Softfleet, and a few other companies out in our industry because they've been fucked over by other companies. And now we have the books open and we're like, this is how much it costs, fellas.
Yeah.
We can do it.
Well, it's a good thing because why it's so intriguing to me, like disruptive intent, is it's a vessel that's, you said, ethical, and also a startup. There's a lot of times you don't know where to go. Like Jared and I had a lot of trial and error because we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. Whereas this is set up in the sense where it's like, hey, if you have a cool model and a cool business and whatever you want to do in that space, we'll help you.
Yep. It's basically, bottom line is...
And it does help that Tank Machine is super awesome, and we just want him around more.
Dude, thank you very much. I appreciate that. If whatever I can do to
My
add,
ringtone is the last Blackhearted episode of you.
You know what? You know what we need to. You know what we need to do is we need to give him we put him in an office back there. It's got beads to enter, and that's the room where you go if you want to be happy.
Dude, it's the Zen room. You're gonna walk in and I'm just gonna go BlackRifle.
I need to go over to Tank's room real quick.
We need to give, since I'm the chief of happiness here at BlackRifle, we need to give you like chief of motivation.
Dude, I'll bring it.
COM.
I mean,
COM.
He's the calm.
He's the calm,
Yeah,
bro.
he's the calm.
He's the commandant.
Hey, so I got this badass Marine Corps moto speech. I need to come up with a BlackRifle moto speech now.
Yeah.
Because the moto speech with the Marines fucking delivers, man.
It does.
Literally makes you want to fucking murder people.
You're telling me you're the second or the runner-up to the recruiter of the
Nation
year?
in 2009, yeah.
That's super legit, dude.
I mean, I would give you the speech, but it's like a minute, and then
legit.
Matt's
Dude,
going to be like, I want to join the Marines.
There's a guy
know,
on
right?
here that said he's at MEPS about to swear in, and he enlisted because of you.
Yeah, that's
That's
dope, man.
And he's
Hey,
watching
you know what's
this.
crazy? Not to get off the disruptive intent, but there are probably 70 to 80 people that join the Marine Corps a month because of my social media.
Are you serious?
That's what Marine Corps Recruiting Command tells me. It's
Holy
fucking crazy, man.
shit, dude.
I meet kids everywhere. Like I met a 14-year-old out at MCRD San Diego. I was a guest of honor out there, and he comes up and he's like, I'm going to be a Marine one day because of you. And his mom is like, hey. And I was like, you fucking ready right now? And he's like, yes, sir. It was the coolest thing ever, man, because it's like, you're only 14. You still got a little ways to go. But just to think about, like, leadership, man, if you bring the right type of leadership to people and you're genuine about it, then they're going to follow in your footsteps. I think that a lot of the issues when people get out of the military is they forget that they still have to serve their country outside of uniform. And I just do it in a different capacity by saying it doesn't matter if you're 10 years old or whatever now. We all have to latch onto something. There's a reason why you joined the Army. There's a reason why you joined the Air Force, and you were in the Army as well. Everybody found a reason. It's cool that some of these kids find a reason through me, no matter what it is. So, it's an honor, but that's badass that kid said that.
Yeah. He said he's sitting there watching this.
I had a
That's
guy,
fucking awesome.
not to go too sidetracked, but it's a good story on that. I had a guy in North Carolina come up to me, and he's like, man, I joined to be a Ranger because of you. I was like, that's fucking awesome. He goes, that shit was easy. And I was like, that's a weird thing to say. And I was like, all right, what battalion are you in? He goes, oh, I didn't make it through RIP. And I was like, so it's easy, but you failed RASP? Well, I'm so confused right now. He's a little shit.
I fucking love it, man.
Bro, that shit was easy.
pretty
and
cool.
knocked out.
Somebody, we call that the drunk follies of meeting us, because there are some people that come up to us and I think they have it planned in their head that it's either a joke or they're going to get a good laugh, and this is like going to be, and instead we're just like, what the fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
But I think with that, it's a perfect segue into like disruptive intent again, because that's what we've found, at least for me, is like this new purpose of having an ability to still serve my community and my country post being in a veteran and in serving in other capacities, because without that sense of purpose, I don't really want to fucking wake up every morning. And having that purpose, I'm so motivated to like, let's give, motivation to other people and give them a new choice in life to do something better than sit around and do nothing.
Here's the crazy thing is that, like I talked about the last podcast, you have a choice every day to living the ladder in the darkness, man. And if you surround yourself with the right type of people, your business will flourish 100%.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if somebody else owns another business. If you can stay on the same track and say, you know what, man, if we can work together, both of our businesses will grow together. I'll do good things for you, you do good things for me, and great things will come out of it in the end. You got a choice, man. I just heard somebody tell me earlier, literally here in the office, that, dude, if we live next door to each other, I think it was in your office, Evan, he said, if we live next door to each other, we have a choice to either beat the shit out of each other every day or help each other out.
It was Nick Palmachano, wasn't it?
No, it was actually Rob Rudd. He
Oh.
said he lives by the frontier aspect of life in the sense of when we travel west, we can park two houses together and we can fight over the property in our backyard, or we can turn around, look out the front, and look at how much property we actually have together.
That's a fucking awesome analogy.
It is. See,
I love that.
my version was completely fucking different.
Yeah.
I tried to sum it up, but
I've
kinda,
heard
you
it
know,
like 20 times, brother. So
yeah.
like
Literally, I was just like, what the fuck did he say right before I said it? But
Yeah.
Evan, you hit it right on the head.
he's a fairly articulate.
That's why I cannot wait for Daniel Holloway to get here. And those two, they are going to battle.
Oh, I don't
know
I-
they are.
I don't think they're going to battle.
No,
I think what's going to
it's gonna
happen
be-
is they might fall in love.
Leave
'Cause
their
they-
wives.
Yeah,
and-
leave their lives, and they're just like they're gonna try to get a doctor to combine their two brains. So they're just gonna walk around like conjoined twins with superpowers, like shocking people and doing weird fucking shit like that.
Well, I'm thinking, when I move out here, if I run into Matt every day, we combine that motivation with your spiritual reality of, how
No,
much you
I-
fucking
glow.
love
I actually-
His
life.
glow.
Dude.
I have a pretty cool plan for a joint project with us because I do, a lot of people don't know, some serious content on the side, and it's not as promoted, but I take it very seriously about like my message and what I've gone through in life and what put me here today, and surround myself with guys like you that like give me, like I said, that purpose. So I would love to do some serious motivational content with you because I'm working on one now, and a couple months out would be sweet.
Yeah, I
to
think it'll
do.
be good, man. I mean, we've kind of been pitching it the last couple days, and right before SHOT Show, but I'm transitioning to a new point in my life in 2017. Before it was kind of just fucking out there, and when I'd have a day where I'd want to spit some motivation or whatever, I was feeling something in my heart, I'd put it out, and then the next day it'd be fucking high and to the left, and people were like, "What in the hell just happened?" But in the end, like my ultimate goal, man, for social media and my purpose in life isn't to. Everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to be great. But I just want to help somebody, man. I think that that's important because
Right.
what you don't give away, you don't get back. And I want to move into a different realm to where it's talking about, all the things that I've written down over the last 16, 17 years and summing it up in a 3-minute clip. And I've woken up before and I've watched a video and it's literally like almost changed my life before. If something was that powerful for me to see and I live on power and prowess, I can only imagine what would happen with two people who are genuine in this community if we combined something together and we just talked about life, man. You and I have been down different paths, obviously.
I joined the Army, which is a smart choice than you. I mean,
ain't really Marines yet.
Somebody
That's what I hear.
said that they would
What?
wire you $10K right now if you said "fuck Hillary."
Fuck Hillary Clinton.
no,
Wire
like,
to BlackRifleCoffee.com.
I totally agree, man. But that's the cool part of it. If you both find motivation through each one of your paths, because it's not just your path and this is what had to happen. You see it in a different facet of like, oh, everybody's like living this life of happiness, but they all had their little channels that they lived in life.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody does the things that they do because of their past. I mean, I've read that. I believe that 100%. I feel like I'm that way. You are the way that you are and the way that you've done content for a certain reason. I respect that. I don't fucking care what any man or woman is doing today. If it's unethical, then just fucking fix it and figure it out. I've been unethical before. I've lied. I've fucking cheated. I've done all those things in the past, and it's taken me a long time to regain myself and my consciousness of who I am and what I'm trying to really accomplish, because sometimes people tend to lose themselves. But it goes back to, if you watch something or you watch somebody and they bring you back into yourself and you can realize that they're being real and genuine, then you go, fuck, it's time for me to be real and genuine again. And I think that I want to move into something different, man, because I'm working right now on just fucking doing what's right, even when no one's looking. And I really want that to be my staple point in 2017, because there's so many people out there right now that I believe are fake. They're
Dude,
in it for a
truth.
fucking image, and I can't stand that shit. They're all about bashing somebody behind their back for their fucking profit.
Right.
And it's bullshit, man, because if you're treating people with respect and you're doing the right thing, those people are going to fucking come out on top with you. And ultimately, that's what leadership is.
That's the first time I had a bromance with Jared Taylor was one of our buddies was getting fucked over by a nonprofit, like bad, using his story and all this stuff for personal gain, like literally paying himself through someone else's combat wound story. And this dude went high and right. He didn't have to do it. He didn't have to be present. He didn't have to do any of that shit, but he just fucking screaming at this dude like, I'll fucking kill you. I was like, oh, so Jared gives a fuck. I like this dude. And that was like 6 months into our friendship, and that's why we've maintained business partners for so long. Even, I mean, we always get along, but same with Evan, because that ethical stance of business, it just doesn't exist. And it's unfortunate within a community, in the veteran community, that preaches ethics and ethos. Like, there's a lot of shady motherfuckers.
Yeah, this
like,
guy, I'm just going to give a premise of this. He hosted a charity thing where he told Derek White his story, saying, hey, donate money to help Derek White open a gym. Well, once that was said and done, and he had collected over $30,000, he split that 3 ways, and Derek got 1/3.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. So, like, I was trying to explain to this fucking moron, I go, if I am giving you $100, it's because you just told me that money is going to Derek to help him open a gym.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that only fucking 33 of those dollars is going to Derek, and
60%
you and your
's
slimy
operational.
fucking partner are splitting it because you helped.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here!
Well, no, I was
outta
part of
here.
that. I was part of that because we were doing the crowdfunding campaign, and Derek was like, "Hey," because he came back on us. He's like, "Hey, motherfuckers, I'm short by like 40% or some fucking crazy number," and we're like, "Oh God!" And we thought our platform was messed up. You remember that? We were like,
You started going through.
No,
well,
I
Derek's
was
always
like,
super nice about it. He's like, hey, guys, I don't think I got all the money. You're like, oh, fuck.
he was super cool about it, but then we were like going back and we're like, no, we paid all this stuff out. Like, holy shit, God, I hope we didn't. And Jeff and I were like getting our checkbooks out, going, we might have to pay this guy because what if the platform's fucked up and we didn't know what was going on. But yeah, I remember that.
It sounds like that dude needs to get ass fucked with the Louisville Slugger.
He could
I
not
like
compute that.
Serious.
In his head, it was perfectly okay.
Oh, I threw the fucking event on so I get 30% off the top.
It wasn't an event. It was merely
It was
a campaign.
GoFund, yeah. You couldn't. It's not even like you could justify some sort of operational cost. For like, hey guys, it took 5% because I had to set this venue up, the time invested, blah blah. There wasn't even like mild justification. It was like I put a link out so I get 33%.
Yeah, we split it 3 ways because me and my partner, we got to split it between us two. Wait, why? Why?
I truly believe that we need to bring back in business like consequence, because there's these slimy motherfuckers that get away with this shit. Like, we were talking about this somewhere in the hallway the other day, but I was like, boxing gloves. Like, let's go back to fucking like, let's fight, motherfucker. Like, if you want to fuck someone over without consequence, put some boxing gloves on. Let's get your shit knocked the fuck out. Maybe we'll lodge your brain the correct way so you can start thinking like a fucking adult.
So if I funded a boxing ring here, are we good with that?
Fuck
We've
yeah.
got an
we got
MMA
it.
ring.
We got
MMA
an
ring.
octagon here.
Watch, I'll be like, let's practice, and then I'll be the first to get knocked out.
Nah,
I take the funds back. Let's get rid of
we
it.
take it easy, we'll get you trained up. I'm sure you can throw a punch, Marines.
I
I'll show you
can.
guys.
I
Get
can.
you
That's what I hear.
trained up.
Dude, I agree with you, man. The veteran community right now is really fucking cutthroat, and it's really sad, especially these small businesses and stuff like that. I don't own a business. I support companies, and I support veterans, and I try to do these things. But, dude, I hear a lot of shit all the time. And, I mean, fuck, I hear rumors about myself all the time. I've heard rumors about everybody, and it's unbelievable. And it's really sad when you are involved with a company. Dude, I'm telling you, I will preach BlackRifle until the fucking day that I die, especially after that meeting that we had yesterday, Evan. I didn't realize how important – I know that this business is important to you. I know that coffee is your baby. I know you told me that you specifically fuck with brews at your house because it's like your child. I understand that, but there's a bigger picture to BlackRifle, and that's what I absolutely love. It's about 85% of the people here are veterans, and you're not just trying to bring in a veteran to say, oh, because they work harder, because they fucking work hard, but it's because you're taking somebody from saying, I have nothing, and I want to give you something, but also I want you to be an entrepreneur and try to branch outside of this. BlackRifle might not be for most of these guys here 3 years down the road. So what the important thing that I think that you guys are trying to portray is that, dude, we want to bring you on to make you successful so you can branch out, plant your fucking roots, and then just branch out and go from there. That's what's really pretty about this organization and what you're trying to build. It's not about just coffee. And there's so many fucking people that are like, They bash somebody like this. They fucking chop them at the knees because they're like, oh, it's just about this or it's about money. Unless you've stood in front of somebody and you've dug deep down inside of their organization and you sit down and you learn their fucking warrior ethos and what their ethics are and why they're actually trying to do it, then shut your fucking mouth and move on about your shit, because there's a lot of great things going on here, man, and it's not coffee. It's not coffee. It's not about, dude, it's not about that label.
That's why you're a successful guy, because you look into things. And you know, I often get labeled as this fucking moron that does, like, social media. And I'm fine with that, because it's like the second you start thinking that whatever you want to take me at face value, you don't see what goes on behind closed doors. And I'm cool with that, because it's the fucking doubters and those motherfuckers who judge that will never be successful, because they're more worried about talking shit, degrading a brand, rather than focusing on their own self and their own brands and becoming successful. And the biggest thing with that, like, I look back at Ranger Up. They posted my first rap battle I ever did, and we got into contact with Nick. We're like, hey guys, just so you know, we're starting a clothing company. He's like, oh, I don't care, that's awesome, man. I was like, oh fuck. He didn't care. He was like, I'll give you tools how to be successful. And most people would have burned us at the fucking the root, you know. But then fast forward 4 fucking years, we're doing a fucking movie together and benefiting each other. So it's like, I think
it's
that
like,
is a perfect
it's like Nike
example.
and Reebok doing something together. They don't do that.
No, they don't. But look how successful Ranger Up is in Article 15. And it's because you guys work together. That's what I'm trying. That's what I tell everybody, man. Like, fuck. BlackRifle is giving these opportunities to all these people. If you're getting an opportunity and it's handed to you, don't fucking do nothing wrong with it. Do what's right and help them build their company back. That's what's shitty, man, is I could preach about this all fucking day about how everybody needs to come together and stop bashing each other and all this other bullshit. People are going to make mistakes. Guess what, Evan? You probably made 2 mistakes yesterday. You just might not know it. Matt, you probably made 4. You fucking...
I like how I get more. It's probably about 6.
You probably made
it's probably
4.
about 6.
JT?
21.
I don't think you made any mistakes yesterday. Yeah? Dude, but I make 100 mistakes every day, but I'm like, fuck, man, we're humans. Let's move on and let's try to help each other.
Well, that's the thing with business. Like, sorry, go
Well,
ahead.
making a mistake is acceptable, like, because you can't be afraid to fail, and you're going to make mistakes by trying new shit. That's completely acceptable. When you're malicious and you're trying to be a fucking asshole, that's different. And I always say the 2 things that'll get you a fucking boot out the door here, which is laziness, being a fucking turd, that'll get you fired, and if you're if you're being malice, basically you're taking with the intent to do harm to somebody else in the company. Like, we can't create and foster that environment. Like, and I always talk about, like, BlackRifle is not just BlackRifle. It's disruptive intent. It's Peacemaker Apparel. It's Ranger Up. Like, we're doing fucking everything together. Yeah. And we have an open door policy where it's like, we can bring guys in, and how many fucking veterans have gone through these doors?
We've only had this building for
crazy
for 8.5 weeks. I'd say we've had over 100.
Over 100 guys have come through here, and it's like, I'm busy most of the time. However, we always take time to fucking sit down and talk to guys about their business plans. And the difference between us, like, working with people and not working with people, are the guys that come in and go, I want you to do everything for me. Okay, dude, I can't do everything for you. Like, we have a company, we have, like, things that we're doing on a regular basis. Guys will come in and be like, well, I'm a vet, so I want what you have. Why don't you just give that to me? And I'll be like, okay, first of all, we can't do that, you know, because you didn't earn it. And then this expectation in which that you don't have to work. You've already served, you can get out, and you don't have to fucking, you know, put your big boy pants on and roll up your sleeves and go to fucking work because you got a tab or a Trident or something like that. Hey, man, nobody gives a fuck about that stuff in the civilian world. No offense. That'll get you a handshake, maybe a drink in the bar.
They don't even know. There's no hierarchy in the civilian world.
No.
It's oh, you were military. That's all you could say. I was a Navy SEAL. I was a Tier 1 Delta operator. To them in their brain, there's no hierarchy. It's just like, oh, you were military.
Oh, you were military. Man, plus, everybody that joins the Navy was a Navy SEAL anyway.
Yeah,
so,
or a pilot.
It is true. My cable guy this morning was
Navy
like,
SEAL.
you look like a Navy SEAL. And I was like, you take that back.
You take
that back.
And I think, like, what people really need to understand about the company is, like, this is a for-profit entity and we do a lot of good, right? And we've never told anybody that we're a nonprofit, but I'll tell you what, we've given a whole hell of a lot more percentage-wise back to nonprofits than straight fucking cash than a lot of the guys out there that are saying they're fucking nonprofits and businesses. And that that kind of defines your actions. You are the sum of all your actions, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we don't sit there and beat this fucking drum about how much that we do and how much we give back, but we've given back a substantial amount to the community, and it's time. Time is actually our most precious gift back to the community, in the sense of, you can fucking write a check any day of the week, but did that do anything? Did you really, like, it goes back to the old analogy, right? Where it's like, you can buy a man a fish and he'll eat for the meal. You can teach him how to fish and he'll fucking eat for a lifetime. It's like your actions and what we've learned through fucking hard work. And I hate using the word grind, but it's like the people that get out and they're like, they don't know what we've done in the last 3 years. Like, I fucking sold everything I own, basically. I put my fucking balls on the line, slept in my fucking office on a thermarest while my family was fucking at home, because it was about the bigger vision. And when you're willing to do that, I felt for the first year of this company I was in was called isolation procedures, which was like,
that's funny.
I couldn't fucking do anything but the company, because that's what kind of a path I was on. But if you're committed, and I guess that's the thing that frustrates me, is that guys, some companies in the industry won't take that commitment, and what they want is they want a fucking handout. It's like, you don't need a handout. You need a helping hand in some cases. I'm a firm believer of that. With Disruptive Intent, it's a group of veteran businesses that have come together with ultimate transparency and ethics in order to optimize fulfillment, shipping, marketing, t-shirt printing, you name it, we fucking do it. So the people in this industry that have unethical business practices, that love to fucking mud suck and push people down to make them fucking feel bad about making something great, they should literally fucking check themselves. They should look in the mirror and go, am I going to be as good as the guys that we're bringing to the table? Am I as good as fucking Nick Palmisano, Evan Hafer, Jared Taylor, Matt Best, fucking Brent Phillips, Burt Kuntz, Tank Machine? Are we, because we collectively are going to police each other. I can't do something wrong, fellas, because there's 20 fucking guys looking at me going, are you doing something wrong? And when you have a team of people, your peers will actually increase the level of performance. And everybody here knows exactly what I'm talking about. My objective with Disruptive Intent is to create 100 millionaires in the next fucking 10 years. And mark my words, I'm on a fucking mission to do it. Because I would rather have 100 millionaires that are veteran brothers that live by a fucking code, and they preach and they push and they develop businesses that actually expand, develop, and increase the worth of the name veteran owned. If we don't fucking do that, I'll tell you what, man, we are doomed. In 2 years, we're going to run ourselves out of business because we're fucking assholes. And nobody's going to want to buy a veteran-owned product because you got a bunch of fake fucktards out there that want to stab each other in the back and cut each other's throats out of a fucking dime. I'll tell you what, they're not here. All of us sitting here at this fucking table, we're not fucking printing money. And everybody needs to understand that. We're not in our fucking basements rolling around in gold. You know what the fuck we're doing? We're creating entrepreneurs, an army of men that will make a fucking difference in the business environment. And I'll tell you what, if you're not a fucking ethical man, you better be fucking shaking in fear, because we're fucking coming, and it ain't going to be pretty.
God damn, who needs coffee when you have Evan Hafer in the morning?
I literally felt like I just stood in the movie 300, but back when it actually happened.
Dude, no, listen.
I literally was picturing myself chopping off the enemy's arm in slow-mo. I swear.
Dude, I had this conversation literally last night, or what was it, Sunday yesterday? I don't even know what day it is.
You brought it, Evan. You brought it, dude. I believe in that.
But same thing about how surrounding yourself by people that motivate you. Like, that shit right there gets my fucking dick hard, because it's like, I stop in, I'm driving by the office. It's Sunday at 4 p.m. Rob Rudd and fucking Evan are at the office. I'm like, all right, didn't think you guys would be hello.
Drinking Bros are giving me shit last night because I wouldn't do a shot train. We didn't leave the fucking building until midnight.
Yeah.
I don't even know what day it is. It's Tuesday. Okay.
It's Tuesday.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I get lost. See, I forget
okay.
days in business because there's never really a weekend.
There's
so
no
you just kind of
I
like.
had to explain that. There's no such thing as Sunday when you own a business.
Nope. Days don't exist, man.
Evan, you got to understand, man, everything that you just said you hit it on the head. Everybody is here in this building right now. Everybody that buys BlackRifle, wears it, reps it, whatever, is because they believe in the person before they believe in the product. You're doing what's right even when no one's looking, and that's why your business is going to flourish. That's the same thing that any business that has really fucking made it in life, they took care of their fucking men and looked out for their welfare before anything else. All that other stuff falls into place. So, dude, literally, you fucking spoke to me like I just read the Bible, man.
The culture of, that's why we get along so well. The culture of Black Rifle and disruptive intent matters most. Not monetary gain or anything. The culture of the brand. And that's what motivates all of us so much, because you can sell a product, you can get fucking money, and I've said this shit before, but at the end of the fucking day, like, I want to go to sleep I'll go to sleep as a thousandaire with a couple fucking pennies in my bank, knowing like you're spreading good and you have a fucking purpose. And I keep saying that because so many people are lost in that environment, and they get out and they look at what we have and like, oh, that's so cool. It's like, but the fundamentals of the culture of the brand is just success, and success is not monetary. It's life, happiness, progression. You know, all these things encompass the culture of Black Rifle, and that's why it's so fucking awesome to work here, because you see such high drive and motivation when these other people that you're saying should be shaken. They fucking should, you know?
My grandfather told me right before he passed, he said, Tank, the measure of a man it isn't by the job that he does, but it's the family that he goes home to. It's crazy, man, because this is built around family. Mm-hmm. That's why your success will be so high. So good on you, man. Black Rifle.
You guys got such good ways of articulating stuff. I like it.
Yeah,
I was up till like 4 a.m. moving. I'm a little. I fell asleep on my floor.
Here, you know?
Wow, no, this was a great one.
I love it, man. You know, thanks a lot, Tank. It's
love
always
it,
a
buddy.
pleasure. We're going to be seeing you a lot more.
Yes.
I can't fucking wait, man. Like, March is going to be an incredible fucking month. You know what I mean? It's a fucking incredible month, and I feel the same way, which is let's fucking get the shields and the swords out, because it needs to fucking happen.
Absolutely.
And I think that we've got a fucking incredible group of guys here.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
awesome.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Wow, everybody.
I'm proud and I'm honored to be a part of it.
Thank you.
Can't
for
wait
being
for you to be
a
out here,
guest
Tank.
again.
Dude, it's going to be exciting. I just
excited.
want to be in a video of us doing donuts in slow-mo.
Bro.
Yeah, that's going to be
Any
awesome.
day of the week. Wait, eating donuts or in the truck?
In the truck.
Oh, okay.
I was doing it
sure.
in my Jeep last night and almost crashed into the bridge. I was like, serious? Fuck, I almost shut the highway down, man. Yeah, nobody was coming, so I had to hit one. You know, it is what it is. No,
All right.
All
Cheers,
right.
We're out.
For
Thanks, man.
Evan, Matt Best, Tank Machine, and JT, we are out of here.
Black Rifle Coffee Company, along with Arson Wave, would like to thank you for tuning in to Blackhearted. Have a great fucking day.